We are about to get into a deep analysis of Beyonce's song Daughter, Beyonce's darkest and most twisted song to date. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Let's journey into the story of a woman who has reached her breaking point and the day that she finally snapped. I look at the song Daughter from two sides. I've already posted side A, which is my first interpretation of this song. I highly suggest you watch that video because there are a lot of gems in it. Today we're getting into side B, my second interpretation. Let's examine these lyrics again with a new set of eyes and a fresh perspective. Let's get into Daughter analysis. It's been long requested. This song actually has some conspiracies surrounding it too, but let me start with the title of the song. Before it was released and all we had was a track list, everyone assumed Daughter would be another ode to Blue Ivy, and even after the song came out and the lyrics didn't match with the Blue Ivy assumptions, some still found a way to include Blue. The conspiracy goes like this. It has been long speculated that Beyonce didn't carry Blue Ivy. People can't seem to make up their minds though, because I've heard everything from she used a surrogate and wore a fake bump, to Solange carried Blue, to she adopted a kid and pretended it was hers even though Blue looks like her dad Jayz. Now it's being speculated that Jayz had a mistress named Cathy who worked in PR and worked with him at some point. The conspiracy claims that Cathy was pregnant and she was going to go public, so they unalived her and took the baby. They pointed out Beyonce's Daughter lyrics to be a confession to the crime, with lyrics like your body laid out on these filthy floors. But there are several things wrong with this. Number one, a good friend of Cathy's, Claudia Jordan, actually debunked Cathy being pregnant. She said, she came to my house a few times during the few months we hung out in 2010, and she was never pregnant around me. Matter of fact, we drank, gambled together, and played craps in Vegas. Went to an amusement park with her then boyfriend that was not Jayz, and she never told me anything about her and him being anything. I'm so sick of people telling this story. So not only was Cathy allegedly not pregnant, but she had a man of her own. Also, Cathy died of a brain aneurysm on September 1st, 2011. Blue was born 4 months after that on January 7th, 2012, and it's documented the day Blue Ivy was born at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. So the conspiracy is not adding up. Plus, if it was a fake bump, she would have never taken shenanigans to an actual hospital. And to top it off, Blue Ivy looks like her mother Beyonce. So this conspiracy is all BS in my opinion, but the general idea of it fits into the theme of this video. Some people say Daughter ties in with Jolene, which is a song about a warning to a home-working woman to leave Beyonce's man alone. They say Daughter is about Beyonce unaliving Jolene, and though I do not think Daughter is a direct response to Jolene, I think it's more a response to what Jolene represents, which is any homewrecker that has tried it, but more so, any side chick who has succeeded in coming between a family and a happy man. Also, I'm not necessarily taking these lyrics seriously like the conspiracy theorists, because remember, not all songs are autobiographical. Though some songs may be 100% about the singer, sometimes it's only partially about the singer, or even instances where the singer can't relate to the lyrics at all. Example, in Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus sang and a Jay-Z song comes on, and she didn't even know any Jay-Z songs in reality.
Your song Party in the USA?
Yeah.
What Jay-Z song is it?
I don't know. I didn't write the song, so I have no idea. Like, I honestly, I picked that song because I needed something to go with my clothing line. I didn't write it.
You gotta have one in mind. Big Pimpin'? Can I get a?
I've never heard Jay-Z songs.
And she didn't think to change the lyrics. But Beyonce is not that way. Even if a song isn't about her or written by her, it still has to align with her in some way. People have gone as far as to say that one day these lyrics will be used in court against Beyonce. Meanwhile, the song was written by not only Beyonce, but 5 other people including Jay-Z. Yes, you heard that right. So even if the song touches on infidelity, the fact that Jay-Z is a co-writer shows not to take the lyrics to heart. We don't even know how extensive Beyonce's contributions to the song is, so to think she'd go to jail over it is wild. Especially when there are lyrics like bathroom attendant let me right in. Like, who is going to unalive someone with a witness? Be for real. Now, the reason the song is called Daughter is because Beyonce is her father's daughter. I go more in depth into this section in part 1 to this video, but simply put, when you think of Matthew Knowles, are your first thoughts about something positive or negative? A lot of people would probably think of some negativity first. The general notion of Matthew is that he is a hard guy, a guy who doesn't care about too many and does whatever to get to his destination. His persona is what Beyonce is saying, believe it or not, she is that way as well. She can be cold, she can be tough, she can be heartless, etc. Now, Now let's examine the actual lyrics. Daughter starts off strong with the lines, "Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your bloodstains on my custom couture. Bathroom attendant let me right in, she was a big fan." Now if we're taking the couture dress line to heart, my mind goes to the 2014 Met Gala. You know, the night that had the infamous elevator fight between Solange and Jay-Z. That's an instance where we all assumed Jay-Z's infidelity was the cause of that beatdown. Beyonce was wearing a couture dress, and there aren't too many places you'd wear that to. It has to be some high-end event, plus to top it off, there's a bathroom attendant, so Beyonce sets the scene to a public place. "I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue, look what you made me do." Her saying dress lets us know that on the floor laid out is a woman who might be wearing a fancy dress as well. Blood was mentioned and black and blue is mentioned, which suggests there was some kind of physical altercation prior to things taking a more tragic turn. Some of you may be wondering, why would Beyonce go back to 2014 if she already addressed all that stuff on Lemonade? Well, for one, it could be just for creative expression. Two, it could have been another event with similar circumstances, and also it doesn't have to be a literal event with a literal couture dress. The couture dress could signify Beyonce being a classy woman, contrast with her actions, and then the blood being on the dress could show that what she has done is beneath her, but she had no choice but to crash out and do what she did. The line, "Look what you made me do," supports this because it's like, I didn't want to do this, but you left me no choice. Now to the chorus. They keep saying that I ain't nothing like my father, but I'm the furthest thing from choir boys and altars. If you cross me, I'm just like my father. I am colder than Titanic water. Choir boys and altars represent things that are pure and holy, innocent things, and she's saying she's the furthest thing from that. She's nothing like that. If you cross her, she will get crazy like her dad.
A lot of the crazy things he did was necessary.
She's colder than Titanic water. The people on the Titanic didn't just drown. A lot of them froze to death, since the temperature was approximately 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 1 degree Celsius. Beyonce used this chilling simile to let us know she can be vicious. She goes on to say, "Help me, Lord, from these fantasies in my head. They ain't ever been safe ones. I don't fellowship with these fake ones." So this whole scene that Beyonce set is all a fantasy, just things she imagined. She also suggests that her having these violent fantasies isn't a one-time thing, but it's a recurring thought. The line, "I don't fellowship with these fake ones," may be directed to anyone who knew her man was unfaithful but didn't let her know. But the word fellowship can also be used in a spiritual way, which means a shared community and connection between believers in Christ. Notice that the line that comes before says, "Help me, Lord," and the lines that came after are, "So let's travel to white chapels and sing hymns, hold rosaries and sing in stained glass symphonies, cleanse me, Holy Trinity, from this marijuana smoke smell in my hair." The fake ones she speaks of doesn't have to be people. Fake ones could mean fake thoughts, which could be her way of saying, these thoughts aren't me. That's not me to think in such a violent way. That's why she wants to travel to white chapels to cleanse herself from all the unholy thoughts. It's low-key like a battle between her true self and a crazy woman on the inside, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde if you know that story. I think we as humans all have these opposing characters within us. No one is 100% good and pure all the time. The marijuana smoke smell in her hair could suggest that her wild thoughts are induced by smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana can potentially make you think of things you normally would not think of, as it can alter your perception and cognitive processes, leading to unusual associations and ideas due to the way it affects your brain activity. The next part of this song says, "I sashayed my dress, did my best impression of a damsel in distress. This alcohol and smell of regret allured my catch." So we're briefly back in her fantasy where she's trying to be alluring. We see her pretending to be soft and innocent. This alcohol and smell of regret can go two ways for me. Either it's about her, or it could be that the man is the one who had the alcohol and the smell of regrets is him regretting the wrong he did her. He regrets his infidelity, and so a combination of having alcohol plus regrets drove him to her, hence these things lured him to her to probably give her apologies, but he ended up being the next catch. Either way, he was next on the hit list. Outfit too small to hide my scars, feeling bottled up like bottle service broads. This part shows her feeling exposed and vulnerable about the situation. After the rage comes sadness. Bottle service broads are the girls that brings bottles of liquor to tables at parties. They're bottled up because they're carrying literal bottles. But Beyonce is bottled up because she's dealing with a lot on the inside. How long can he hold his breath before his death? So now the man has met the same fate as the woman. She then goes into an Italian aria called Caro mio ben, which means my dear beloved. It translates to my dear beloved, believe me at least, without you my heart languishes. The song's lyrics express the speaker's longing for their beloved and the pain of being apart. Your faithful one always sighs, sees cruel one, so much punishment. The song's B section asks for an end to cruelty between the speaker and their beloved. Beyonce included this aria because it sums up the song and her feelings perfectly. It's like, I love you and I don't want to be apart from you, but please stop doing me dirty and causing me heartache. All the hurt pushed her into dark fantasies of literal murder of her man and any side piece he may have. In the end, Beyonce switched the line from "if you cross me, I'm just like my father" to "double cross me, I'm just like my father." So whether you make her mad or play with her feelings or do her wrong behind her back, you're gonna get it. She ends the song with "I am colder than Titanic water." So above all else, remember that if we are to take this song literally, the reality is that Beyonce is known to crash out behind Jay-Z. Never forget when 50 Cent said she jumped over something to go defend Jay-Z because she thought they were arguing. She's about that life, and lyrically we've been hearing that. On Lemonade, she said, "If it's what you really want, I can wear her skin over mine." She already told us she's crazy in love. And that's why I wasn't surprised that she changed the song Jolene from begging a woman not to mess with her man to warning a woman. In the words of Beyonce, ashes to ashes, dust to side chicks.